This morning we are on page 429. So everyone open their books to 429, please. Okay, we are estimating quotients. So first off, what is the word, when you see the word estimate, that tells us you know we're going to be doing what? Devin? Rounding. But not when we do estimate division, right? And we see the word quotient, which means we're going to be doing dividing. What do we call it? We don't use rounding. What do we call it when we're dividing? Compatible numbers. We have to think about our fact families and use numbers that will divide evenly. So let's look at the example. Mr. Glover buys 2 kites for a total of $15.18. If each kite costs the same, about how much did the kite cost? Explain why your answer is reasonable. So we're looking at $15.18 divided by 2. Well, we're going to keep the divided by 2. In most cases with a single digit, we're going to keep it, although once in a while we have to change it to work the compatible numbers, but most of the time that single digit's going to stay the same. So now we're looking at the whole number part of our decimal. This is money. When we are going to be using money and compatible numbers, in most cases, we are going to want to go up unless up is so far away, okay, unless it's not close to our number. So if we're thinking about our fact families of 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Did you hear one that is close to 15 that maybe we should use? 14. What did I just talk about though when we're going to use compatible numbers with money? We should go up. So 16. So we're going to change $15.18 to 16. And now we've created mental math, right? 16 divided by 2 is 8. So $15.18 divided by 2 is about $8. Since 2 times 8 equals 16, and 16 is about $15.18, then my answer is reasonable. So when we're talking about our reasonableness, we're just going to go back to the multiplication. Okay? Questions on this one? You might want to put a little box around this right here in the helpful hint that says it says compatible numbers. Because remember, compatible numbers, we consider the rounding rules, but we are really looking for the pieces of a fact family. Okay, turn the page. Example 2. 3 friends went out to dinner. The total cost of their meals was $32.57. If the friends split the bill evenly, about how much will each person pay? Explain why your answer is reasonable. So we have $32.57 divided by 3. They're saying to round it to the nearest whole dollar because 33 and 3 are compatible numbers. So we're not just rounding it. We're able to round because they are compatible. So really, we are just looking for the compatible numbers, okay? So we're going to take 32.57, and we're just going to look at the whole number part of it, 32. 32 and how it's compatible with 3, right? We can change it to a 33. So 33 divided by 3 is the problem we're going to do. So we're going to do 33 divided by 3. And 33 divided by 3 is 11. So each friend will pay about $11. Since 3 times 11 is 33, and 33 is about 32.57, the answer is reasonable. Okay, Okay, you're going to take out your whiteboards from your pocket and you're going to try number 1 on your own. I'm going to pause the recording so that if you're at home watching this, you can try number 1 and check your answer in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to bring the 5 down. 19 and a half, if I'm looking at the whole number 19 and thinking about my 5s, my multiples of 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 20 divided by 5 is 4, so $4. Okay, trying number 2. Number 2 is a little bit trickier because it's not a single-digit divisor, it's a double-digit divisor, so you have to think about your 25s. Remember, 25s are like what? What can I think about to help me with my 25s? No. Well, I mean, you could if you know those. Sarah? Quarters. So you're thinking about money. Think about quarters, 25 cents, to help you know your 25s. Okay, we'll check that in just a minute. Okay, so we can keep the 25 because really close, if I think about my multiples of 25, it goes 25, 50, and 47 is very close to 50. So I'm going to use 50, and 50 divided by 25 is 2, so $2. Okay, one more we're doing together, number 3. So go ahead and do those on your whiteboards, and we'll check back in a minute. Okay, so when we use compatible numbers, we want to use the closest multiple that matches the divisor. So when I think about my 4s, I have 4, 8, 12, 16, and this is a 16. You guys, eyes up here, please, because I have some people who didn't get it correct who I want to pay attention. 16, it doesn't get closer to 16 than 16 and 8/10. I mean, other than 16 itself, right? And so this needs to change to 16 divided by 4 equals 4. If you make it into a 20, you've taken it very far away, and we want the closest compatible numbers. Okay, the closest ones. All right. And that is the end of the lesson part. We're going to go over the question.